New information tonight on Brian Kohberger, the suspect in the murders of the four University of Idaho students. The PhD student who was studying criminology at Washington State University at the time of the murders apparently met with the local police chief last April, the same chief who's now involved in the investigation. At the meeting with the Pullman, Washington chief, they apparently discussed a research position with the department. After the meeting, Kohberger wrote this gushing email to the chief that just surfaced, telling Chief Gary Jenkins that it was a great pleasure to meet with you today regarding a research assistantship for public safety and that he looked forward to hearing from him. The chief wrote back, "Great to meet and talk with you as well." It's not clear if this research position was the same as the one referenced in Kohberger's probable cause affidavit. The affidavit asserted Kohberger wrote an essay when he applied for an internship with the Pullman Police Department in the fall of 2022. 2022. He reportedly wrote that he had an interest in assisting rural law enforcement agencies with how to better collect and analyze technological data in public safety operations. This comes as new information kind of bizarrely links Kohberger's public defender, Ann Taylor, to the parent of one of his alleged victims. Taylor, who we've seen in court with Kohberger, withdrew as counsel for the mother of Xana Kernodle, according to court records obtained by Inside Edition. And what a coincidence. I mean, Taylor had been representing Ms. Kernodle for over a month, according to the report. Her arrest on November 19th in Kootenai County, coming just a few days after her daughter's murder. She's charged with 2 felony counts for possession of a controlled substance. Now, Taylor withdrew on January 5th, the same day a judge appointed her as Kohberger's public defender to represent him in the murders of Xana, Kaylee, Madison, and Ethan. A week later, she asked for a delay in the case and got it.
We are going to ask the court to set preliminary hearing out into June. We would request the 3rd or 4th week of June and probably 4 or 5 days for preliminary hearing. Mr. Kohberger understands his right to a timely preliminary hearing, and he's willing to waive the timeliness to allow us time to obtain discovery in this case.
Joining me now, Jesse Weber, attorney and anchor at the Law and Crime Network. He's been following the case closely. What do you make of the letter?
So it's weird. Let's just start with there. It's weird. But where this goes is the larger conversation. We don't have the why, Dan. Why a complete stranger would murder 4 people. You take this, you couple what we learned from the affidavit, criminology student posts about a crime study on Reddit, an internship. I can see where prosecutors are going here, that this is perhaps somebody who had a fascination with crime, maybe wanted to know what it felt like to kill. Maybe I'll even go a step further, wanted to implant himself in the police department, maybe to see how crimes are investigated, to commit the perfect crime. Am I speculating a little bit? Sure, but that's what's so odd about this, and just another weird component of the story.
And the defense attorney, who had been representing Xana's mother, withdraws, obviously made a choice here and went with Kohberger instead of representing Xana's mom. What do you make of that?
Bigger case, bigger deal. Strange coincidence. This is a small town, Dad. Moscow, 26,000. There's going to be overlap. There's only so many attorneys. We can't forget that Kathy Mabbitt, who's the Latah County coroner, is also a prominent defense attorney in this county. So I'm not surprised we see the overlap. It's just a kind of eerie coincidence.
And it must have been hard, I would think, for the mom to hear my lawyer is now going to be representing what I believe probably to be my daughter's killer.
Difficult, but we have to remember that defense lawyers are put in really tough positions. It's not judging them. They have a job to do. Everybody has a right, even the people who you think are guilty.
The only thing I think we can judge is the choice she made, right?
It's a bigger case.
I understand, but she's giving up a current client. I can get the big case.
But maybe that one was going to be easier to solve than this one. A little bit more complicated, Dan.
Anyway, Jesse Weber,
Good seeing you.